Hey guys, welcome back to Mark the Point. Are we playing craps the wrong way? Maybe we are. So the idea here is, we tell ourselves that we want to press our bets. The only way to make money is to press your bets and then collect after the press. I'm going to give you a couple scenarios of ways you could press your bets and ways you can lose a lot of money with pressing your bets. Okay, let's just say a typical layout here. I'm gonna play this right now. Let's just say at a $25 table. If you went all the way across at $25 levels, of course, you're going to buy the 4 and 10. This is a 160 across. So basically, you have quarters on everything. You have $30 on the 6 and 8. So basically, it's 160. If you have to pay the VIG up front, it's $162. I want to give you an idea of what it looks like if you do a same bet or if you're going to press whoever you're going to press. Okay, let's just say any of these inside bets hit. Let's just call it the 5 and 9 for right now, so I don't have to deal with the singles. The 5 and 9 or the 6 and 8, really all of these are going to pay $35. Okay, they'll pay you $35. Now again, you have $160 here at work for you. Let's call that's hit number one. Okay, hit number one's 35. Let's do it again. Hit number two, it don't matter what it is. Let's say it's on the 9. That's going to pay us $35. Okay, let's just say a third hit. Let's just say the 6 or an 8. Doesn't matter. The 6 and an 8, let's do it again. That's going to pay us another $35. And what we have here so far, after 3 hits, okay, we're only 3 hits in here. I have 75. That is $105. So we have 3 hits so far. Same betting, $105 in our rack. If we just so happen to get a 4 or a 10, let's just say we hit the bonus, hit the 4 and a 10, that's a $50 bet. If not, that's still only $35, and you're still in the hole after 4 hits. But let's just say you made a perfect scenario where you got either a 4 or a 10 amongst this distribution of getting hits. So what you have here is $155. So you have $155 here ready for you, and you have 4 hits. You've still not made it to break even yet. You're still $5 in the hole after you've received 4 hits of whatever it is. Okay, that means right now, if you did not get 4 hits, you still lost $5 and you sevened out. Or let's just say you only got 3 hits. Now you're out. You're in the hole, right? So you're in the hole if you got 3 hits. This is just same betting your bets, meaning you're not pressing anything. You received 4 hits and you're still in the hole. You're not break even. You have not regressed yet. That's why I like to teach regression methods, getting you out the hand. In this case, you didn't. You same bet. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this money to the side. We know after 4 hits, we're at $155. Okay, $5 still at risk. The next hit would put you in the profit. Okay, now let's do that exact same thing. In this case, I'm going to do it with a press. Let's say we're going to press our bets this time. Again, any of these bets right here, let's just say it's the 5 and 9 to start off with. That's going to pay us $35. What a lot of people like to do, you know what? Sometimes they'll do like a press like this right here, put $10 on it to make it 35, and they'll collect the quarter. You could also do a single bet press. Most people like to go up to 35 because they like getting paid 50 for one, the next one. Let's say another one. Let's just say it's on the 8. On the 8, that's also going to pay us $35 or the 6, either one. But know that to press this bet up, you can't just press it up $10 because you have to have a mate. So basically, that's 3 red chips. However, you know that you have to press it up at $12 increments or $6 increments. So let's drop down $2. So now you have a $42 bet. You're still only collecting a quarter, but in this case, it's really $23 because you have to drop down the 2. But let's just say for even numbers, $50. Okay, 2 hits, you've got $50. Okay, let's just say, you know what, things didn't work out like we hoped. The 9 or the 6 hit. It's still another $35. What are we going to do? We're going to press it up $10. So 3 hits, okay, you're only at $75. You're still way in the hole by almost, you're still halfway in this hand. Okay, now here's what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 bets out here, okay, that pays us 50 for one. 5 of them. The 4 and 10 pay 50, and then also the 5, 8, or 9 now pay 50. So let's do it. let's say we hit the perfect scenario and we hit on our fourth hit. On our fourth hit, we hit any of these bets that pay 50 for one. Let's look at our numbers right now. 4 hits. This one here, 4 hits, we're at $125. That means we're still, after 4 hits, in the hole, guys. We still have not made back our money. So because you invested a little bit more out here. Now, it's going to take you 5 hits to get to a point where you're either break even or in profit. Okay. Let's just say if a 6 hit, which is not pressed up, that's going to pay you $35. And look, now you finally hit break even, right? You finally hit that break even point after the 5th hit. Let's just say you don't, let's just say it's a little bit different. I'm going to pull a quarter out here real quick. And it hits one of these other bets that does pay 50 for one. I'm going to give you 50. Let's just say you have to give me back a dollar. So now, again, you're finally in profit for $15 on the 5th hit, guys. The reason why I don't like to teach press is because it takes too many rolls to A, get out the hand, and to lose your butt. Because how many times do you see that perfect scenario where you're getting 5 hits? Remember, the 7 rolls on average every 6 rolls. So 1 out of every 6 rolls, the 7 is going to roll. That means you're going to lose money on this distribution more often than not. Okay. Now you are going to have the occasional rolls. Of course, you have 10 plus rolls. Sometimes you'll get a 15 roller, but think of how many rolls you lose money on. One, on a PSO, which is a 0.7 out, where you're setting a point and then immediately you're losing money, or on the second roll or on the third roll. That means no matter what, at this point in time, you're losing money every single time. So I like to teach regression, right? We talk about regression. Let me give you an idea. This is going to be the opposite of press, right? This is going to be a different regression style that's I've kind of learned to like. This is going to require a $10 table. Now, in this case, you can go to a $15 table, but for it to work out like I would like it to, the $10 table is ideal. Let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to set up, you know what, exactly like we just did. We're going to go 160 across, okay? And you're going to buy the 4 and 10. That's going to cost you an extra dollar. That doesn't go there. Let's make that a red chip now. So it's again, that's going to be 160 across. You have 110 on the inside, and then the 4 and 10 are at 25 each. Okay, 160. So a way you could play this out and go at a $10 level. So the inside bets here are all going to pay you $35. Okay, so let's just say the 5 or 9, again, go here, go $35. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull down that bet. Now, again, this right here is regression. Pull down that bet. That's going to go back into your rack, and you're going to replace it for a $10 bet. Now, if you have a $15 table, probably an easy way to do that is just to drop the dealer an extra 5 and say, put it at 15 versus them exchanging out to red chips, and you're putting 2 green chips in your pocket or in your rack. Let's do that again, but now let's just say it's on the 6 or an 8. The 6 and 8 are going to be a little bit different because remember, you have to bet in increments of 6. Okay. So in other words, if this pays you $35, okay, just like that, what you could do is you could pull this bet down, put it all the way down and say, you know what, take me to $12. You're going to have to drop down $2 out of your rack and take it down to 12. But this is coming back to your rack. It's actually $55 because you have the cap there. But this regression, while it's not going to get you out the hand, and you would lose a little bit of money if you hit that 5 and 6 again because it's not pressed up like the others. However, what you're doing is you're limiting your risk. Now, after 2 hits, just 2 hits, you're at versus 3 hits or 4 hits, you're at $105. Now, let's just say one more time you got another hit. It's going to pay you $35. You can take both of these down, take it back to $10 on the 9, and now what you have here is $155. You have $155 on only 3 hits versus 4 or 5. So again, you're limiting your risk. However, I do see the concern of people saying, well, now you're only working with $10 bets on the 5, 6, and 9. But you know what? At any point in time, you can start building those back up. If the 5 hit again and you want to be a little bit more aggressive, that $10 bet would pay you 15, basically 15 for one. They'd drop you 15 and ask for a dollar back, and guess what? You're right back up to a quarter again because wow, that's 5 red chips. which is a quarter. So you can be aggressive after you get your money out of that hit. That's what I would do if I'm really trying to limit my money. Let's just say you only have, $500-$600. If you have that kind of money, you want to be able to do the big spread across, but also have a built-in regression. This is a great way to do it. Be able to regress your bets, work it back out, and be able to make some money out of it. So what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to roll this out for a few minutes. I'm going to do this regression where I start off at 160 across. I'm going to go down to a $10 bet or a $12 bet and see how it does. And I'm also going to do this. I'm going to play this out with a same bet also, right? So I'm going to do a regression and I'm going to do a same bet, okay? Again, maybe next time I might do this with a presser as well, where you're pressing your action. But this time I'm going to do a regression versus same bet, see how we do. And let's roll it out, guys. All right, guys, I got them all set up ready to roll. We have the same bet player, which is right here. And then we're going to have the regression style player, which is right here. We're going to get a point established. We are not going to play the pass line, so we are not worried about that. And we are only going to be playing, wow, that is an ugly set. That's all fours and threes. Let's shake them up one more time. All right, let's go these two right here. Okay, so let's do that again. Maybe you're superstitious about it. Let's get a point established and let's start this thing off. All right, that's going to be a 5. That's going to be the no field 5. Let's mark the point on the 5. And again, let's drop down $160. That's going to be 150, 160. We are going to pull out a VIG of $2. That's going to pay us for the 4 and 10 for buying that bet. And let's get the first guy set up at 160. So that's be $25 all the way across. And then you're going to have the 6 and 8 will be at 30, just like that. And let's do it for the other guy as well, which is our same bet player. And that's going to drop down 150, 160. All right, let's move this here. And let's go ahead and set those up. That's going to be on the 6 and 8. And then, of course, the other ones as well. Boom, just like that. All right, now, again, those are going to be buy bets, so they're going to move back here behind the line. They would put a yellow buy button on there. And I think we're all set up, ready to roll. Same bet versus the regression betting. And let's do it, guys. And there's a 9. That's going to be the 5, 4, 9. That's a center field, okay? So that's going to pay us $35 for both players. 35 and 35. Okay, so again, this guy here is going to go all the way back, and he is going to pull this money back. This one here is going to same bet. So same bet player goes right here. Let's put them up correctly. And this guy, the regressor player is going to go down to a $10 bet. So all the way down to a $10 bet. Let's put more money back into his rack. And that's going to be the 5, 3, 8, okay, the easy 8. That's going to pay us $35, okay? Remember, same bet. It's going to go right back into his rack, just like that. And then regression player is going to go down. Now, again, right here, what you have to do is you have to drop down the dealer $2. Let's go ahead and drop down a 5. And what we're going to do is I'm going to backfill 3 here and then 2 back into his rack because I'm going to need the 1s. Okay, and this is all going to go back into his rack, just like that. And there we go. We are ready to roll. Again, 2 bets now have been regressed. And of course, 2 bets players have been back into his rack with the same bet. Let's go, shooter. And there's another 8. Okay, so here's already going to change, right? That's going to pay us $35 for the same bet. Okay, same bet. Now he's going to go back into his rack. I am looking and probably going to do this again with another video with a presser, the guy who's pressing up versus same bet. And now this one here is going to pay us 15 for 1. What we can do is we actually go ahead and press that up and back again. So let's put $5 back into the rack. Now that it's regressed down, you can press it back up a little bit if you like. And so let's go ahead and do that. And now, again, the idea is to get money out of that bet, and then you can press it back up as much as you like. All right, here we go. Now they're both bet at $30. Okay, that's going to be on the 8. That's going to be the hard 8 this time. Back on the 8. So that's going to help out both of them, right? $35. $35 for the same bet. And now that's a $30 bet as well. Call it 35. Now this time he's already regressed. Okay, so what you could do there is now let's do this. Let's go and exchange this out because I know that's 30. Okay, but now that you've already regressed, now you can start pressing back up if you'd like. So let's go and drop down to 5 here, and let's make it look like 42. So now he's regressing. Now he's progressing, right? Or pressing, whatever you want to call it. And now we're all set back up. Here we go. Come on, shooter. And there's going to be on the 9, that's going to be the 6-3 center field. Okay, $35 for same bet. I'm going to put that into his rack. And this one right here is a $10 bet. That's going to pay us 15 for 1. You know what? Let's grab 15. Okay, it's call us 15 for one. Again, he's already regressed. Now he can press that back up. Let's make sure it's 15, not 20. And we're going to press it back up to a green chip. That's $25. We're going to do that right there. All right, here we go. Let's go, shooter. How about that? That is another hard eight. That is a back-to-back parlay, by the way, on the hard eights. That's going to pay us $35 for a same bet. I'm going to put that back into his rack. All right, and now remember, we've regressed this guy and we've pressed him back up. That's a $42 bet. That's going to pay us 50 for one. The actual payment is 49. In this case, it's 50. Oh, wrong person. I meant to put that over here. Let's put that one back. Boom. How about that? Put it over here, and let's go. Let's grab the $1 out of this rack instead. All right, here we go. That is a hard 10 down there on the end. That's Big Ben. Okay, that's going to pay us 50 for this one and 50 for that one. Now, again, we are going to regress this down to a $10 bet. Same bet's going to go in. This one here is going to go in, but we're also going to take that quarter back, drop down $10. Now, you would get your VIG back because you dropped down below the $20 threshold. Just get the VIG back down to a $10 bet now. And here we go. That is going to be another 9. How about that? That's going to be another center field 9. We got quite a shooter here. Not complaining about that. That's going to pay us $35 for both. Okay. Again, remember, he's already regressed, impressed. Let's go and press him back up now. Press him on up. This here's go up to a $25. And let's put that 25 and 35 back into his rack. All right, guys. I think we're all set up here. Straighten these up just a little bit. All right, got to roll. Got a shooter. Don't ice him. Here we go. And that's going to be on the 5. That is the point, guys. That is a winner, chicken dinner. We hit the point. That's going to pay us 35. That's going to pay us 35. Now, remember, that's the first time we've hit the 5. So we're going to pull this bet all the way down. Okay. It's going to go to a $10 bet. Same bet always goes back into our rack. All right. Check this out. That is the point. Let's turn him off. Come on, shooter. And there's the hard 6. That is going to be the Dice Degen hard 6. Let's mark the 6. That is the new point. And here we go. And there's another 6 right back, buckshot, right back on the point. That's going to pay us $35 here. That's going to pay us $35 here. And again, this one here is going to go right back to the same bet rack. Put it back in here. I'm running out of greens. Let's go ahead and drop this down and go to a $10 bet. In this case, it's going to be $12 on the 6. That is our point. It's going to turn that off. And these are going to come back into our rack. And you know what? I am at 5. Well, I'm not quite. Am I? Yeah, I am. I'm going to pull these green chips back because I need them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him 5 black chips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give him black chips to go back into his rack. And there we go. We're good there. Let's turn the puck off. And let's go, shooter. Let's keep them rolling. Let's keep them dice hot, right? And there's an 8. That's going to be the 6-2 easy 8. Let's mark the 8. That's the new point. And here we go, shooter. And there's a 6. That's going to be the 5-1-6. That's a 6. That's going to be a $35 payment here. And that $12 bet's going to pay us 15 for one. Let's go ahead and do it just like that. 15 for one. Remember, he's already regressed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and press him up. Let's do this right here. Let's go ahead and press him 2. I'm going to drop down this 5, put 3 on there, or 2 on there, excuse me, and put 3 back into his rack. That makes it good. Again, that takes it all the way back up to a $30 bet. This here is going to go back into the rack here, and we are ready to roll. Let's go. Aces, that's the dots in both places. Snake eyes. Come on, shooter, stay hot. There's the hard 4. That's the 2-2, guys. That is the 2-2. Both of these bets are going to pay you $50 just like this. Remember, same bet goes back into his rack, and I'm running out of rack, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to put them up right here. This one here is going to come back to our rack, and I'm going to replace it with $10. Okay, replace it with 10. I'm going to give him his dollar VIG back because we went below the threshold of $20 VIG, and we're ready to keep rolling. Let's go. And that's going to be a 1, 2, 3. I believe I've hit the small, by the way. I definitely believe I've hit the small already. And there's back on the 4, guys. That is back on the 4. Let's pay $50 here, and that's going to pay us $18 for the same bet player. So let's take this $50, goes back into his rack. $18 here. Let's go back up to a $25 bet. How about that? $25 bet. We're going to take the VIG back and put the $2 back into the rack. And now we're back square at $25. Put the green chip there, make it look prettier. And here we go, guys. We got a heck of a shooter here. That is going to be a 4-2. I don't think you can see it, but that's going to be a 4-2-6. That's going to be the easy 6, and that is great because we are hot on the 6 right now. Same bet pays us 35 bucks. Okay, $35 goes back into his rack. So here we go. That's going to pay us 50 for 1. And what I'm going to do is I've already pressed him. Let's do it again. I'm going to go up to a $60 bet. So let's do this. Let's make it a $60 bet, and we can put the rest of this back into the rack. Okay, that way we're pressing and regressing, doing a little bit of everything. And now we've already pressed up 3 times. Okay, here we go. That was, what was that? That was a 6, wasn't it? I've just pressed the wrong thing. So let me take all that back. That's my fault. So what did I have on there? I had $42 on there. Dang, how about that? All right, so I had 42 on there. So I pulled that bet back. Let's pull, dang, I really messed that up, ain't I? Here and here. So let's set that back up. That's 42. I paid it 60. I should have paid only 50 for 1. All right, so that's going to go back. That's coming back. Now let's pay the 6 here. That is going to pay us $35. So let's pull these bets back. It's going to make it look like 35. Make it look like 42. So I'm going to put the quarter back. Wow. You talking about getting me off of my game? Wow, that got me off my game. Now, that was a 6, not an 8. I've got both of these now at 42. These are still at same bet levels, have not changed. All right, let's go, shooter. I've got to end this video at some point in time because this is getting a long video. That is going to be the 5-3-8. Now, let's do that move again. This time, I'm going to do it correctly, okay? That is going to pay me 50 for 1. I don't think I ever gave that dollar back, so I'm going to leave the dollar in there from the last time. But now I am going to go and press this on up to a $60 bet. Let's do that now. And I'm putting this back into the rack. And now this one's going to pay us 35. Let's go ahead and make it look like 35. And I'm way running out of room here. Good gracious. That is our point. Let's turn off our point and let's go, shooter. And of course, how about them taters? That is a 4-3-7. That is a winner on the front line winner. And there's an 8. Okay, so there's an 8. Imagine that. The 7 comes on the come out roll. Let's mark the point on the 8. And let's go, shooter. There's boxcars 12. That is a 12. It rolled on me there. Midnight. And there is the 4-3-7. Good gracious. I tell you what, though. What a doggone roll right there that was. All right. What a roll. Here's what I'm going to do. That's going to be our only shooter because I don't think I proved anything but show you how to win money. I did not prove the regression too much because all he did was win and win because of the long roll that it was. But what I am going to do is just for fun, just for giggles, I am going to count up each one. Again, the solution here is not, you don't always win. Just so happened this way because of the dice, how the dice rolled. Let's do this. Let's count the same bet player first, okay? This is going to take a second. So 1, 2. I tell you what, I already need though. Let's go and count this out actually first. That's 200. That's 500 right here total. Or here, so that's 500 total. Let's say that again. That's 200. That's 500. So that's $700 total. 7 total. That's 8. That's $900. 25, 50, 75, 85, 95, exactly $1,000. So player same bet has exactly $1,000. That's how much he's up $400 off that one roll, guys. Wow. How about that? Again, it does not work out that way all the time, guys. It just so happened this time that it did. I'm going to move all this to the side. Now I'm going to count out the regression player that ended up not just regressing, but pressing up to the moon, basically, on every one of his bets. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 6, 7, 8. He's actually down a little bit. Let's see here. 800. Not down, but lower than same bet. 800, 25, 50, 75. Actually, let's do this way. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 900. 920. How about that? 25, 26. $926. So even though the regression did great and he ended up pressing his bets more after he regressed, the same bet made more because he was not fluctuating when hitting the bets after they were lower. So that's actually a really cool analysis of it. I expected, whenever I saw the way I was pressing up these other bets at $42 and higher, I thought that the regression player, the way he was regressing and then pressing, was actually going to make more, but it didn't, guys. The same bet player made more than this guy, which really surprises me here. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content. If you have not already subscribed, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification button, guys. That way I'm posting videos and you're watching them just as fast as I post them. I hope you had a good day. Until next time, mark the point and stay awesome.